Hello, welcome to Unity of Las Vegas. My name is Jim Lee. So glad that you all are joining us here. We have a very special service for you today, and it's entitled From Me to We, Finding the Self in Communion. Open up your mind and open up your hearts, and let's have a fabulous day today. We are moving and grooving in communion today.
Hello, my name is Don Fouts. I am honored to give this special reading. It's very much from the heart. So if you will center into your heart for this, I think you will maximize your enjoyment. The word for today is Sawubona. The affirmation, my eyes of love divine the destiny of each one I see. And this quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, there is a power in love to divine another's destiny better than that other can, and by heroic encouragement hold him to his task. The soul of community can be summed up in the ancient Zulu word Sawubona, directly translated as we see you. Within the spirit of this word is the inner knowing that seeing another at depth is not a passive observation. It is the sacred act of bearing witness to the true self of another, having within it all the potency to call forth their divine destiny into being. Sawubona asks the question, how do I have to be so that you can be free? It is the potent center of our unity affirmation, I behold the Christ in you, where the individuated self comes to life in relationship, and there is nothing for it to defend or to protect. In this truest form of communion, we are divinely empowered to create each other. Coming from my own divine center empowers me to see each person I meet this day truly. As I am met with challenges in relationships, my ability to see the light ever present in the other person is unaffected by their behavior. In my choosing to see even one person in this way, I affirm sacred communion as a living possibility for all of humanity. A community in mutual agreement to be with and for each other in this way has the power to transform the world. And the affirmation one more time. My eyes of love divine the destiny of each one I see. And so it is.
Good morning, friends. We want you to know that we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each of you. Sawubona. We see you. If you're in Las Vegas, please come see us in person. We're located at 222 South Rainbow Boulevard in Suite 215. That's just south of the Rainbow Curve at I-95. Visit our website for more information about all of our programs, our classes and workshops we have going on and coming up in the near future. www.unitylasvegas.org. Now, our song this morning is a wonderful, original composition from our very own Michelle Roll. Divinely inspired, this song speaks eloquently of finding oneself in the heart of communion. This is I Came Here to Be. Enjoy.
I
Wonderful. Thank you, Michelle. Always love that song. I come here to be glorious, fabulous, and a light. Well, the leadership and I would say the energy that we're moving into with our consultant is to explore who are we at Unity of Las Vegas. Well, we're taking a look at what's identity? Why do we exist? What's going on here that will bring people to our ministry, and what's the vision? Well, initially we've come up with an identity statement, and it is this: we are family for each other, welcoming, nurturing, and awakening one another at depth. Like the song says, we are family. And last week, we embraced upon this Buddhist term called Sangha, which is a spiritual center. It's a sacred community. That's who we are in order to bring in this family environment. Thich Nhat Hanh says that Sangha is a community with a deep spiritual practice. The essence of Sangha is awareness, understanding, acceptance, harmony, and love. Well, we embrace all of that, so much so that is our identity, and so much so this is a pillar of who we are. So at Unity of Las Vegas, the Sangha is the heart of our beloved community. And this heart is steeped in unconditional love. It is steeped in, I would call it, full compassion and forgiveness. Now this week, we're going now to the soul of this community. In order to do that, we're going to the indigenous community of the Zulu tribe in South Africa, no less. And there's this word, Sawubona, which is a greeting. And it is, it's like a saying hello. Also, it is like saying namaste. But it has a little twist to it. Now, if you remember in the movie Avatar, they greeted each other with, I see you. Well, Sawubona is we see you. Now, to give you further explanation of this, a wonderful person by the name of Orland Bishop now is having I want to show you his video.
Sawubona is one of those primal words when people were still able to really see each other. In fact, the word says, we see you. So it's not a single eye person. That my eyes are connected to a dimension of reality we call ancestors. So my seeing includes my ancestors. My seeing also includes the divinities that are part of the celestial spheres of reality. So Sawubona says, we see you. And the response is, Yebo Sawubona, yes, we see you too. Because it's a dialogue. Seeing is a dialogue. It establishes you as a witness to some phenomena that can also be a witness to your own presence. But when two human beings meet in this gesture of Sawubona, the acknowledgement is we see each other. That becomes an agreement because we're obligated from that point to affirm the reality that seeing has empowered us to investigate our mutual potentials for life. So it invites us to communicate, why are we, if we're seeing each other, why are we here at the same time? What is this moment of time given us to be able to do? So it's an invitation to participate in each other's life. Seeing Sawubona also obligates a person to give to each other what's needed for that moment of life to be enhanced. For me, now seeing represents the question, how can I be, or how do I have to be in order for you to be free? Because I think our present civilization has taken away freedoms from human beings, not because one culture oppresses another, but because we lost the imagination of what sight meant, of what these inner capacities really mean. So for me, it's important to reestablish the question, how do I have to be as a human being for someone else to be free? You tell me, and I would explore that possibility. Because I think inwardly we all know what the prerequisites are for our own freedom. Yeah. It's a type of consent. It's a type of agreement we need in order to exercise freedom. We can't do it out of self-interest. Freedom can't be pursued out of self-interest. Freedom must be a mutual gift from one human being to another, recognizing that if I limit one person's freedom, I limit my own. That we can't take away something from someone that is so mutually tied to the state of existence. Freedom is not from something or to achieve something. It's a freedom to be present with.
Sawubona. It means we see you, even when it is one person speaking. This seeing is a sacred act of being a witness to the true self of another. This creates a wonderful space in which we can hold that allows a person to come forth and bring forth their divine nature. As we see them, we're holding this space for them to actually show up. Show up in the form of who they've come here to be. I love this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he says, "There is a power in love to divine another's destiny better than that other can, and by heroic encouragement hold him to his task." I love this. This is like saying, all of us, behold the Christ in you, and this causes a shift in the person by we having a sacred container and a space for them. So this is who we are now as Unity of Las Vegas. We're now seeing the Christ in each other, the divinity in each other, but it's not singular. We as a group are seeing it, but also we're seeing it from our ancestors and seeing all of them and who they are. Now this is based on the concept that we are all interconnected. We depend upon each other. And this whole idea of connectedness and unity comes out in we see you. And the thing of it is, when we don't see each other, oh my goodness, it sets up the opportunity for abusing each other. This is sets up an opportunity for dismissing each other. This is sets up an opportunity for us to segregate from each other, and the other person never comes up to their full potential, and everyone loses. Sawubona is a word not just in the culture of South Africa and not just in that particular place, but it's a word that it has power to invoke. And I love this, is just call forth the potential. Right? Sometimes you can, you look at somebody and say, I see the potential in you. I can see all that you are. Well, this is a group bringing it forth in us. And I love this. And it is taking I behold the Christ in you to a wonderful level. We need to do this. We're honoring one another. And when we do, we honor ourselves. This is one of the greatest gifts, I guess, that we can give to another person, is really see them for who they really are, the light that they came here to be. But also what this is we're doing is supporting and creating a space for it actually to show up. By seeing the light in others is like this agreement. It's like a soul contract, and that we are standing for this other person to be all that they can be. And there's another part to Sawubona that I want to take a look at. When we meet another person and we say, we see you, it means that we're recognized that we're meeting each other by divine appointment. So at the same time that we're meeting a person, we are recognized. Aha! It's for a reason. It's for a season, or it could be a lifetime. But what we're here to do is when we meet the other person, we're not only seeing them, but we're also going to give them what they need. Orland Bishop said in the video, how do I need to be in order for you to be free? So with the Sawubonas, not only we see you, but in this Sangha community, we are moving to the next level of development, and we're seeing the person with love. And with this unconditional love and compassion, it sort of looks at the personality, look at the ego and identity, but actually goes deeper to the real essence. And so it's a heart-to-heart elevation of them and us. This is something special that we can do, and it brings out the person and it brings out the spirit of the person. You know what? And we cannot do this by ourselves. So this is the wonderful community that we're in. So now I'd like to tell you a little story that I like. It's about a monastery. And this monastery in Europe at one particular time was really thriving. They had over 100 monks in it. And they made bread and wine, and they sold it to the nearby towns, and everybody was prospering, and it was good. But the good times didn't really last. As years went on, the numbers started to dwindle, started to diminish, and they didn't get any more new people in. Things started to fall apart, and things went in disrepair. And the head monk, which is called an abbot, just looked around and he says, oh, my community is gone. They went from 100. Now, there were only about 12 monks left trying to do everything. And it was miserable. He didn't know what to do. So he went to the nearby town where he had a friend who was a Jewish rabbi. And he explained the situation. And they both looked at each other and discussed it. They didn't know what to do, so they decided, you know what, let's pray about it. So they prayed, nothing happened. They prayed some more, didn't get anything. So after a few hours of prayer, The abbot says, well, I guess I need to go. Thank you for spending this time with me. And he was leaving, and just as he got to the door, the rabbi said, you know what? One of you is the Christ. The monk said, okay, I don't get that. What do you mean by that? He says, I don't know. I just got this. One of you is the Christ. So as he was walking back to the monastery, he was placing each one of the monks in his mind, and as he was looking at them, he says, oh no, not him, oh no, and then, oh no way. So each one of them, he was just saying, none of these guys can be the Christ. And so when he got back to the monastery, they asked him, so what was going on? What's the answer? He says, I don't know. I just got this strange thing from the rabbi. And he says, one of you is the Christ. They all laughed and said, no way, Jose. And then they all laughed and they went to sleep that night. But when they woke up that morning, it was a little shift. And he said, wait a minute. What if he's right? What if one of us is the Christ? Could it possibly be? And so they looked around and they looked at John. Oh gosh, he was the oldest monk, and he was just old and crotchety and angry all the time. He said, okay, could he be the Christ? And then they looked at Paul. He was a perfectionist and was always upset because things weren't going his way. Then they were just talking around, they were just looking around. Andrew, could he be the one? No, because it was always his way or no way. He said, okay, wait a minute. What if they're the Christ? So what they do, they started treating each other like they're the Christ. And sure enough, as doing it, John, they started looking at him instead of being crotchety. They acknowledged him, and the more they acknowledged him, it softened him, and he was respected, and he changed his ways, and because he was now accepted. The one that was the perfectionist realized that in this group, he could bring forth his ideas. They were acknowledged, but it didn't always have to go his way and everybody's way. And what they were actually doing is they were bringing out the best in them, and everybody started enjoying the whole process even more. So they went back to baking the bread, and they would put all kind of love in it, and they went back to making the wine, and the things were really going good. And one day, all of the monks were in the field, in their vineyard, and it was so interesting that a young man walked by, and he heard them laughing and singing, and he got so thrilled. He says, you know what? I want to join you guys. So he joined, and when he joined, they accepted him just like he was the Christ. The vibration was there, and that's what they did now. They just treated everybody like it was the Christ. And then a couple of other people joined, and the next thing you know, the monastery that was in decline, almost done for, came back to life. They started having more new recruits. Younger monks were coming in. They started flourishing again, and everything turned around. So he went back to his rabbi and said, thank you for the information. He said, what did I do? You told us that one of us was the Christ. He said, well, which one of them was the Christ? He says, all of us. We saw the Christ in all of us, and it brought out the best of us. Ah, well, that's what we're here at Unity of Las Vegas. I just want you to know, we see you. We see the divine in you. We see the magnificence of who you are. We are now creating a space for you to be uplifted, empowered, and just the vibration of we seeing you now. We are calling you up higher to your light so that you can be the light that you were designed to be. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect, because us seeing you will bring that out, and your imperfections will be a stepping stone to you growing even higher. So I want you to know that who you are right now is a magnificent child of God. Not only full of potential, but you are now on a path to prosperity, abundance, peace, divine order as we are bringing this forward. This is a spiritual community, a beloved community. Some people may call it a sangha that is now beholding the truth of who you are. God bless you now as we go deeper into this, as Lisa will be guiding us in a meditation that will take you forward. The affirmation for today is this: my eyes of love divine the destiny of each one I see. God bless you.
I absolutely love the Ralph Waldo Emerson quote that we have been referencing today. There is a power in love to divine another's destiny better than the other can, and by heroic encouragement, hold him to it. So the definition here of divining, which is used as a verb, is to discover hidden knowledge by intuition. It really has kind of a magical quality to it. And as we know, magic always shows up and it becomes present when we move into realms just outside of what we humanly believe to be possible. Within this larger realm, larger possibilities enfold us, where we are not bound anymore by our personal preferences or opinions. In this larger space, we have the capacity to hold space for another, the largeness of their being, their past, their present, their future self. Sawubona, translated as "we see you," suggests that when you look at another person, you are seeing through the eyes of your ancestors as well as your descendants, your biological and geological ancestors, moving in both directions through time. And then you are seeing the other person's ancestors and descendants, both biological and geological, moving in both directions through time. This is a meeting of beingness on a very large scale. And in this large beingness, who this person has come here to be is resonating in this high vibration, becomes allured by the love that is here, and is called forth in a very powerful way. The highest potential of human community is that we can divine the destiny of each other, that people then can be more truly themselves with us than they are when they're by themselves. Human-to-human relationships then begin to mirror our relationship with the divine. Imagine what it would be like if everybody brought this awareness to every encounter. Heaven and earth would be moved. So for our meditation today, we'll begin to anchor this awareness so that in the weeks, the months, and the years ahead, we can truly begin to step into this as an ongoing way of being. So I invite you, wherever you are, to just begin to close your eyes and focus on your breath. This beautiful, gentle exchange of air with the universe. In breath and out breath. And allow this breath to bring resonance to your entire being, allowing it to fill your physical body, relaxing your muscles, regulating and healing. And bring the breath into your thoughts and your feelings, your belief structures, and just allow it to free up any blockages that may be there and create a beautiful flow of energy. And allow this breath to be in your spirit, in your essential self. Feeling the expansiveness and the freedom that is here. And just be in this breath as it really speaks to your wholeness. Feeling all parts of your being in harmony with one another, body, mind, and spirit. And now I invite you to bring your breath into your heart. And notice as you are breathing into your heart that you begin to experience its beautiful radiance, its warmth, its light. And allow your whole being to be filled with this heart radiance. Now sense now into the alluring quality of your heart, how it is always inviting you in. And sense it now drawing you into its depths. And inside of these depths, become aware of these ancestors that are always present there in your heart. Your biological and geological ancestors that have come before. And sense into the abundance of support that's here. What is theirs is yours. And drink in their strength, their wisdom, their love. And sense how they are cheering you on in every way to live as your best and highest self. Take another breath now inside of this fullness that you are. And now bring a loved one to mind and invite them to stand before you. Allow yourself to be drawn into the depths of their heart and sense their human and geological ancestors, all that have come before. And feel this strength, this wisdom, this beauty that is present, and this support that goes through time. All the strength that is there with their ancestors also belongs to your loved one. See them being nurtured by the fullness of this strength, wisdom, and love. As you are looking them in the eyes, bring this question to mind. How do I have to be so that you can be free? Sense the potency of this desire, which is fueled by your love for this person. Allow this potency to embrace the two of you, creating a nurturing container for the fullest expression of their divine purpose. As you continue to look at them, say to yourself, "My eyes of love divine the destiny of this one I am seeing. My eyes of love, divine the destiny of this one I am seeing. Sense your loved one becoming more alive, more themselves in your sight, more filled with the awareness of who they are, more inspired to fill the world with their unique expression of love. Sense the sacredness that's here in this connection, and how it will continue to live in your heart in the weeks, months, and years ahead, and become an ongoing prayer. It is the fulfillment of one of Jesus' foundational charges to us, that you love one another as I have loved you. As you take another breath in this fullness of connection, imagine a world where this way of being with each other is an everyday occurrence, happening with everyone all the time. Heaven and earth would indeed move, and we would know beyond any doubt that this is the way it really is.
Thank you, Lisa. Great meditation. Let's breathe all of that in. We are now in an experience of truly seeing each other and lifting each other up. Now, we have a class on Tuesdays. You can go to our website and register for it, as we're going to take a deep dive into this experience that we had today. We see you. Now let's go even deeper and experience it together. It's time to lift each other up. And if you're standing in the need of prayer, no worries. Silent Unity's got you. 24 hours, 7 days a week, someone is there. Our church thrives and lives off of the prayer support that keeps us going. Also, your offerings and your donations. So if you haven't given before, just go to our website, click on the donate button, or you can do it via the phone with a text. All of this now is just for you, and we're going to close out with a prayer for protection as it comes up on the screen. Let's say it together. The light of God surrounds you. You are the light of God. The love of God enfolds you. You are the love of God. The power of God protects you. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you, and we see you. Blessings.
I'm a victorious